Hello student, I am Bishwajit Bhattacharjee, Physics faculty of AEP team. Today we will discuss the continuation of the chapter motion. Okay, already we discussed in previous classes the velocity, distance, displacement, acceleration, speed, like all the terms, as well as we solve the problems by graphically, right? Like velocity time graph, displacement time graph, and acceleration time graph also. Today we will discuss this chapter from kinematic equations. Okay, say this is the subtopic for today. This is kinematic equations, and the kinematic equations are like V equals to U plus AT, S equals to UT plus half AT square, V square equals to U square plus 2S, and another one is Sn equals to U plus half A 2n minus 1. That is also very important equation. Here U is the initial velocity. That means when a particle starts motion, that at t equals to 0, the velocity is called initial velocity. Okay, v is the final velocity, a is the acceleration. You know what is acceleration. T is equals to time, s is equals to displacement, and another one is Sn. That is very important. Sn is the displacement at nth second. Displacement at nth second. What is the meaning of displacement in nth second? That means if a particle, say a particle move 10 meter, say this is 10 meter, in 4 seconds. Okay, in 4 seconds, and this particle move say 15 meter, total 15 meter, in 5 seconds. In 5 seconds. That means in 5th second, what is the displacement? In 4 seconds it will displace from this point, say this point is A to B, that is 10 meter, and particle displaced in 5 seconds from A to C. That means particle displaced from B to C in 5th second. That is called 5th second. That means this is 5 meter, right? So in 5th second it will displace 5 meter. That is Sn. If you find in 5th second, then you have to put the 5 in n. Okay, at n you have to put n equals to 5. Then automatically we can find displacement in 5th second. Okay, these are the kinematic equations, and we have to solve the problems by these equations. And in case of motion in a vertical motion, like if you throw a particle vertically upward, or if you throw a particle vertically downward, then we will take in place of A, that is g. Okay, because there is a g act on the particle, acceleration due to gravity, you know that. Basically we can put the value of g is 10 meter per second square, but actually value is 9.8 meter per second square. But in case there is no given values of g, you may take 10 as g, because for this value, for 10 value, the equation, the calculation part is comparatively easier. Okay, so we can take g as 10, but if in numericals given values g is 9.8 meter per second square or something else, so you have to put the g as 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, when a particle throws vertically upward, we can take vertically upward, okay, vertically upward motion. You have to take A equals to minus G. Why? Because the velocity is upward in direction, but acceleration due to gravity vertically downward, so you have to take A as minus G, because these velocity and acceleration are opposite in direction. If particle move vertically downward, you have to take A equals to G, because when a particle move downward, that means velocity and acceleration both are in same direction, so you have to take acceleration as G, okay, acceleration due to gravity. These are the equation, kinematic equation, okay. We have to solve the problems by this equation, like say this is a problem. A particle move 10 meter in first 2 seconds and another 20 meter in next 2 seconds. That means first 2 seconds it will move from this point, say A to B, and that is 10 meter. In 2 seconds, and next 2 seconds the particle move B to C, and that is also 20 meter, okay, that is 20 meter. A to B, first particle move from A to B in 2 seconds, that displacement is 10 meter, and then it will move from B to C, that displacement is 20 meter in next 2 seconds, okay, next 2 seconds. This is for first 2 seconds, and that is displaced for next 2 seconds, that means 2 to 4 seconds, okay, next 2 seconds. So see, we can conclude that this velocity is not uniform, because first 2 seconds the displacement is smaller than the displacement in next 2 seconds, right? So velocity obviously increases here, that means there is an acceleration, okay, there is an acceleration. In first case t equals to 2 seconds given, and s equals to displacement, s equals to 10 meter given. That means we can put the equation s equals to ut plus half at square, that means s equals to 10 meter and ut, that is 2u, t equals to 2 plus half into a into 2 square, right? That is 2u plus 2a equals to 10, that means u plus a equals to 5. This is first equation in first case, and for second case, next 2 seconds it will move another 20 meter, right? But here if you put the equation s equals to ut plus half a t square, there is a complication, because u at a and u at b is not same, because there is an acceleration, right? So u at a and u at b is not same, so you have to take the whole time, like if you take particle move total 30 meter in first 4 seconds, right? In first 4 seconds, what will be the displacement of the total displacement of the particle? That is 30 meter. Then if you take t equals to 4 seconds, s equals to 30 meter, and if you put this value 30 equals to 4u plus half into a into 4 square, that is 4u plus 8a is equals to 30. That means u plus 2a equals to 30 by 4, that is 15 by 2. This is first equation, this is second equation. You have to solve these equations simultaneously. So 2 minus 1 is equals to, that implies a equals to 15 by 2 minus 5, that is 5 by 2. And if you put this value, in equation 1, you can get the value of u, right? U is equals to 5 minus a, that is 5 minus 5 by 2, that is also 5 by 2. That means the initial velocity here is 5 by 2 and acceleration is also 5 by 2. You have to find the velocity at 4th second. Velocity at 4th second, that means we can put the equation v equals to u plus at. U is 5 by 2, a is also 5 by 2, into t is 4 second, that means this is 5 by 2 plus 10, that is 25 by 2 meter per second. This is the value of final velocity at 4th second. Okay, very important sum. I think you understand all the total problems. Like first we see first 2 second it will move 10 meter and next 2 second it will move 20 meter. You have to take from initial both the cases. That means if t equals to 2 second, displacement is 10 meter, and if you take second case from the beginning, then t equals to 4 second, total 4 second, and displacement is equals to 30 meter. So you have to take these values, okay, because initial velocity at a and initial velocity at b is different. So you have to take from the beginning in both the cases. Okay, so u is equals to 5 by 2, a equals to 5 by 2. If you put this value in this equation, then the final velocity at 4 second is 25 by 2 meter per second. Okay, next, that is motion under gravity. The ratio of the heights from which two bodies are dropped is 9:25 respectively. The ratio of their final velocities is, that means one particle drop from a height 9x, another particle drop from a height 25x, right? A particle drop from a height say 9x, and another particle drop from this point, this is 25x. You have to find the ratio of their final velocities. That means when the particle reach at the ground, the velocity you have to find. That means you have to notice that there is no time function, right? Time is not given, so we have to put the equation. Which one? Obviously v square equals to u square plus 2as. Okay, and two bodies are dropped. This is a very important term, dropped. Dropped means initial velocity is 0. Okay, if you drop from a height, that means initial velocity is 0. You have to notice this term. Okay, drop or project or throws with velocity, that means there is an initial velocity. But if a body dropped from a height, that means there is no initial velocity. Okay, so you have to take initial velocity u is equals to 0, and first case a is equals to 9x. Okay, you have to take a is equals to 9x. So what is the final velocity? V square equals to 2 into a is say 10 or g into 9x. Okay, that means v equals to v1, say v1, this is v1, v1 is equals to, that is say 3 9 root 3 root of 9 into root of 2gx. Okay, second case u equals to 0, but s equals to here given 25x. Okay, 25x. We have to put same formula, v square equals to u square plus 2s, and then v2 square is equals to 2 into a is g and s is 25x. So there will be 5 root of 2gx. Then what is the ratio? What is the value of v1 by v2? v1 by v2, that means v1 is 3 into root of 2gx, v2 is 5 into root of 2gx, that means 3 by 5. Okay, root of 2gx cancel, 3 is to 5, that means option B is correct. Okay, is there any problem? That is motion under gravity. When motion under gravity, you have to take acceleration as acceleration due to gravity, that is g. Okay, next numericals. When brakes are applied, the velocity of a car from 40 meter per second to 10 meter per second in 6 seconds, the acceleration produced in it is, that means see, there is a retardation produced, right? Retardation produced because velocity decreases, and here 40 meter per second, this is the initial velocity at t equals to 0, and 10 meter per second, that is the final velocity in 6 seconds. That means you have to take u equals to 40 and v equals to 10, right? And t equals to 6. Then what is the formula you have to put? Obviously v equals to u plus at, because you have to find acceleration, right? Say v equals to 10, that is equals to 40 plus a into 6 second, right? That means 6a equals to minus 30, a equals to minus 5. What is the meaning of minus 5? Minus 5 meter per second square. And what is the meaning of minus 5? Because there is a retardation, because velocity decreases. Okay, velocity decreases, there is a retardation. So acceleration or retardation, if you find acceleration, then it will minus 5 meter per second square, but if you find retardation, then you may take plus 5 meter per second square. Okay, next numericals. A body from rest moves with an acceleration of 2 meter per second square, then the distance traveled in 4 seconds in meter. Okay, a body from rest, mind it, body from rest, what is the meaning? From rest, that means at t equals to 0, initially the initial velocity is 0, right? Initial velocity is 0, and acceleration is 2 meter per second square, acceleration is 2 meter per second square, then the distance traveled in 4th second, that means you have to find s 4th second, right? S4, you have to find S4. As we know, the equation will be Sn equals to u plus half a 2n minus 1, and in this formula you have to put n equals to 4, then S4 is equals to u is 0 plus half, a is 2, and 2 into 4 minus 1, right? 2 cancel, that is 8 minus 1, 7 meter. Okay, that means at 4th second it will displace 7 meter. This is basically displacement in 4 second minus displacement in 3 second. Okay, that is 7 meter. Next, the initial velocity of a particle moving along a straight line is 5 meter per second. That is given. This value is basically u, right? U is equals to 5 meter per second, that is given. And its retardation is 1 meter per second square. Retardation means you have to take acceleration is minus of 1 meter per second square. Okay, minus 1. The distance moved by the particle in the 4th second of its motion is same. You have to find S4. Previously in this numerical we also put find fourth displacement in 4th second, but there is a initial velocity 0, but in this case there is a initial velocity, right? There is a initial velocity, so same formula will be applied, right? Sn is equals to u plus half a 2n minus 1. Okay, and you have to find S4. S4 means u is equals to 5 plus half into a is minus 1 and 2n minus 1, that is 2 into 4 minus 1. Okay, 5 plus 8 minus 1, that is 7. 7 minus 7, that means minus 7 by 2. Okay, minus 7 by 2, that means it will 10 minus 7, that is 3 by 5. 3 by 5 3 by 5 meter. Ten minus, sorry, 3 by 2. 3 by 2. Sorry, this is 3 by 2. But I think this will be 1.5. Okay, 1.5. So 1.5, option 1 is correct, but it is 1.5, not 2.5 meter. Okay, that is 1.5 meter total displacement, because there is a retardation and initial velocity is 5 meter. Okay, is it clear? Next, numericals. A ball is released from the top of a height h meter and it takes 10 seconds to reach the ground. Where is the ball at the time 5 seconds? Very good numericals. That means this is total height h meter. Okay, total height h meter, and a ball is released. Mind it, released or dropped, that means there is initial velocity 0. Okay, that means just ball dropped from this height, initial velocity is 0. Okay, from the top of a height h meter, it takes 10 seconds to reach the ground. When it reach the ground, it will take 10 seconds. Where is the ball at time 5 seconds? First you have to find the value of h. Okay, first you have to put the equation is equals to ut plus half a t square. Here you have to take a as g, because the motion under gravity, right? That means this is h equals to 0 plus half into g, that is 10, say 10 into t square. T square means 10 square, that is 100, 500 meter. That means total height of the building or this H is 500 meter. Okay, and you have to find the position from the top in 5 seconds. Okay, sorry, from the ground, because options are given from the ground. Okay, you have to put, say, H1 is equals to, again, ut plus half a t square, and this is 0 plus half into a is 10 into t square means 5 square. So that is 125, right? 125 meter. 125 meter means if you divide H1 by H, that will be 125 by 500, that is 1 by 4. That means H1 will be H by 4. You have to say this is H1, this is from the top H1, then what is this height? Say this is H2, so obviously H2 will be H minus H by 4, that means 3H by 4. From ground it will at a height of 3H by 4. So option C is correct, at 3H by 4 meter from the ground. Okay, depends upon the mass and volume of the ball. Mind it, when the body move vertically upward or downward, mass, that is mass independent. Okay, mass independent. So this option is not correct, and option C is correct, that is at 3H by 4 meter from the ground. Okay, next numericals. A stone is thrown upwards from the surface with an initial velocity of 5 meter per second. The stone comes to rest height of h meter from the ground, then 10h will be equals to, first, this body throws with velocity 5 meter per second from the ground. Okay, 5 meter per second. If we throw a particle from the ground with velocity u, then what is the height, maximum height? What will be the maximum height? Say, if we put v square equals to u square plus 2as, mind it, when it will reach at the maximum height, the velocity becomes 0, right? Velocity becomes 0. That means you have to take v as 0. V square equals to u square minus 2g h. This h is maximum height. Okay. This h is maximum height. That means maximum height will be u square by 2g. Here u is 5, so 5 square by 2g, 2 into 10, that means 25 by 20, 25 by 20 meter, right? 25 by 20 meter, that means 5 by 4, that will be 1.25 meter. 1.25 meter, that is h, and you have to find 10 of h, 10h. Then what will be the value of 10h? 10h will be 10 into 1.25 meter, that means 12.5 meter. Okay, 12.5 meter. Which option? Option B is correct. This is total maximum height, but you have to find 10h, so the option is B correct, 12.5 meter. And you have to remind this equation, the maximum height will be h equals to u square by 2g. Okay, this is very important formula, h equals to u square by 2g. And also you have to remind the time when it will reach from ground to maximum height. Say, if you put the equation v equals to u plus at, this is not a part of this numericals. Okay, v is equals to 0, u minus gt, so time will be u by g. This is time for reach from the ground to the maximum height. Okay, this formula and this formula is very important, so you have to memorize this formula. H equals to maximum height equals to u square by 2g, and time of ground to maximum height is u by g. Okay, next, a body falls freely for 10 seconds. Its average velocity during this journey. Very important question. That means falls freely means, say from here it just dropped from this height. Okay, just dropped from this height. There is no initial velocity, and 10 second, say in 10 second it will reach at the ground. Then what is the height of this path? So s equals to, you have to put the value s equals to ut plus half a t square. S is, you have to find s equals to e, this is 0 plus half, a is g, that is 10, and t square is 10 square, so this is 500 meter. We know that average velocity means total displacement by total time. Total displacement by total time. Total displacement is 500 meter divided by total time is 10 seconds. That means this will be 50 meter per second. This is average velocity, 50 meter per second. Option C is correct. Okay, basically in this part there is a huge type of numericals, and in your study material there is a lots of MCQs are there, so you have to practice more and more MCQs to clear this chapter. Okay, and you do this total exercise of the study material. You first try to solve all the problems, all the MCQs given in the study material. If you find any problems, any difficulties in this chapter, you can contact with me in my mail ID. This mail ID is bhattacharya 14@gmail.com. Okay, in this email ID. For this class, this is total motion is completed, and we will start next chapter from the next class. Okay, thank you.